Best from Reddit. What are some guy secrets girls don't know about? Sometimes we use the stream of our pee to try and clean poop stains on the bottom of toilet bowls. Chaotic good. Edit, heck, my Reddit cherry got popped. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. I had a girl tell me that my haircut looked nice. I've kept that same haircut for 4 years since then. Dude, I got a compliment about some shorts I was wearing that I was unsure if they looked good or not. Those are now my favorite shorts. Just because we're in the shower for an abnormally long time doesn't mean we're jerking off. Guys like to have long hot showers too, you know. Yeah, sometimes I just zone out and stand there for like 5 minutes. It's not that we can't take hints, we are just afraid of looking too far into something. If someone is flirting with me, I have the dilemma of, is she actually into me, or is this just how her personality is? Exactly. First, take the hint and it was what we thought. Good. Flirting successful. Second, take the hint and I was wrong. Relation with her ruined. Entire group shames me until the heat death of the universe. Edit. I didn't meant my friends shame me, but other people more close to her will for sure. Boners don't automatically mean arousal. That will never be said enough. Edit. I hate this comment simply because it made me miss my 69,120 karma mark. True. Most of the time I'm not even aware of it happening. If you have a son, don't rush into his room and demand that he get up immediately to do chores or some shit. He definitely has morning wood and would appreciate not needing to hide a boner from his mom. Give him like 5 minutes. Cannot stress this enough. Do you know how awkward it is to have your mom wake you up and tell you to get straight out of bed to do something? Let me deal with my pitch tent before I get out of bed, please. If you want something to happen between us, you gotta meet us halfway. If we're not making a move, we are probably doing our best to not fuck it up. When girls don't do anything and expect us to just take charge, like, I got no problem long as I have some form of acknowledgement that you are down for that. Nothing today will know for me. We can't move our penis without closing our butthole. You just made men all over the internet clench their ass. That's power you can't buy. We don't get the hint. Saying I almost broke my neck in the driveway is not the same as asking us to shovel it. In my mind, I'm thinking, thanks for the heads up, I'll be careful. Or thinking to myself, you should have worn those nice, expensive winter boots I bought you 2 winters ago that are collecting dust in your closet, not those stupid cheapo fashion boots you have on. If it is hot outside and you see a guy do some wacky dance, they are just unsticking their balls. You fool, you've destroyed us. I'm not staring at you, I'm zoned out thinking about how I'd start a brewery in medieval England whilst my eyes just happen to be facing your direction. Edit the spelling. That awkward moment when you zone back in and you are staring at someone you don't know that wasn't in front of you a moment ago, and they are looking back at you. Sorry, I was wondering if I could conquer 12th century England with a single firearm and zoned out. Guys also like to be walked up to and asked out. My current girlfriend, soon-to-be fiancé, asked me out. We worked at the same company and she just came up to me and said, "Hey, Justy Burger, I think you and I should go get dinner tonight." I asked her who else was going and she said, "I think it'd be nice if it was just you and me." So yeah, that was pretty cool. As a favor, I worked on a girl's car one time and got pretty dirty. Afterwards, she asked me if I wanted to come inside and take a shower. I told her no because I hadn't brought any clean clothes to put on after the shower. She just kinda giggled. Yeah, us guys aren't exactly too bright when it comes to reading between the lines. How many nights have you laid awake replaying this what if in your mind? Sometimes we want to not do anything because our dicks get hard for no reason. Many a, hey come do your chores, having to be deflected with, yeah, in a minute while you wait. As a male HS teacher, I both hear this all the time and have sympathy for the boys. Billy, please write your answer on the board. Just a minute, Mr. Pup HD. Gotta find my homework. He's not fooling me. He knows he's not fooling me. But part of the guy code is to mutually pretend that I'm fooled. It's actually not always so easy to get an erection. Sometimes he's tired, or he's nervous, or worried, or he's on meds that make it difficult. Antidepressants are notorious for this, or any number of things. The stereotype is that men are always ready to get up and go, but this is far from true. So don't expect it, and don't be offended when his dick doesn't want to play, even if he does. To add to this, sometimes you can't orgasm. It's not that sex doesn't feel great, it's the same game of tired, on meds, much anxious, etc. I experience this a lot. I can't come during sex with my girlfriend. I have an anxiety disorder, so I know it's that. The sex is not the issue because it's fucking unbelievable, but I worry my girlfriend feels that she's the issue, even though I reassure her it's not her. When you ask what are we thinking about and we say nothing, we really mean it. Never underestimate a guy's ability to not being thinking about stuff at all times. It took my girlfriend, now wife, years to accept this as truth. It is 100% accurate that I am often literally not thinking about anything. It's been over a decade and my wife still asks, despite me responding nothing, almost all the time. I'm thinking about a video game, a novel, some weird thing at work, how good BBQ ribs sound. It's all a bunch of nothing, and I don't want to explain why I'm thinking about something small that has nothing to do with my surroundings or what's going on. I'm a very boring daydreamer, and I'm not going to admit to that. When people come crying to us, our first inclination is to fix the problem. Since this is often not possible, lead with something along the lines of, "Can I vent for a minute?" or anything that signals to us this is just a time for active listening rather than a problem-solving session. It's eerie to start thinking about this, then realizing I've essentially never exclusively actively listened. I'm always polite. I'll always encourage you to tell me every detail of your story unhindered. But I will definitely give my opinion that usually has what I think is the best course of action to process this issue or to correct some problem. Definitely something to focus on in 2019. Ran March 2020. Your chances of getting what you want out of us are infinitely higher if you tell us directly. I can vouch for this. I was upset with my SO for not picking up what I thought were clear hints, when he responded frustrated with, "I don't understand hints. Just tell me what you want, woman." He really helped me communicate better. I don't know why we grow up thinking we can't directly ask for things. If you want something, just ask us. We are task-orientated. Saying "I'm cold" won't always register to us as, "I need a blanket, can you get me one?" And if you're mad at us for something, just tell us, and we will probably stop doing that thing if it's realistic. Don't just fester in your anger for days and wonder why we don't care. We do, we just have no idea what you want us to do. Well, damn, Jackie, I can't control the weather. If we have a goofy hobby, and you take interest in it, even the slightest, we love it. I'm a big gamer, and my wife, who also games but not the same ones I play, will often watch what I'm doing, ask about the game, and generally take an interest. Her saying, "Oh, are you looking forward to Anthem?" is really cool, and I appreciate her interest. It'd be so easy for her to pay no attention, and her doing so makes a big difference. This is really true. I'm mostly a Nintendo Zelda fan, and my boyfriend is a Sony guy. That's just what consoles we were raised around. One of the things I treasure most about our relationship is him spending every summer playing a new Zelda game, while I watch and help him out and give him clues. On the flip side, during school he watches me play Assassin's Creed and Uncharted. We played Far Cry 3's two-player together, and we play Splatoon 2 all the time. It's really fun learning about each other's games, and it's definitely made me a better gamer. When we want to be alone, it's not that we don't want to be around you, it's that we don't want to be around anyone for a bit. For me, it's not even a thing where I'm upset or I'd hate it if someone was around. I just need time to think and reorganize my head every so often, as well as to just shut my head off for a bit. But I mean, if they want to silently hang around, that's not a problem. I don't mind being around, I just need mental quiet. How often we fantasize about saving the day from terrorist attack or something. I'm convinced this is 40% of the reason why the whole zombie genre is popular. We all believe we could do it so much better than whatever character is in the film, especially The Walking Dead. Those fuckers are made of tofu, how are you even getting bit? Try biting through a leather jacket, and then imagine if your jaw is on the edge of falling off at the same time. Men have just as many issues with mental health. Depression, anxiety, body issues. Please recognize this. I hate living in a world where it's not socially acceptable for men to talk about these things. A lot of guys would talk about their experiences and issues, but don't feel like they can. I feel like we just sort of ignore the issue. And guys that have mental health issues are sort of looked down upon because men are all supposed to be outgoing and confident. Maybe you have a guy friend who doesn't get out a lot, maybe he's acting strange or isn't totally there. This might be why. Edit. Thank you for the gold and silver. It's my first time receiving them. I just want to say this isn't a competition. Mental health issues are experienced by everyone, and it's a very serious issue that isn't talked about enough, especially for men. That's my point. Also, I had a friend in college who really tried to get me to go to a male group therapy session. The thought of it gave me anxiety, and I didn't go, but I really regret not going. I was able to make my situation better by removing myself from the toxic environment that I found myself in and talking more openly about my struggles to friends who would listen. I found outlets through film, media, music, and comedy. I'm not an expert on these issues, but I know them firsthand. If you need help, I strongly urge you to reach out to someone or seek therapy and find different outlets that spark joy. In the United States, men commit suicide 3.5 times more often than women, and I'm pretty sure this is why. A society that makes it very, very easy for a guy to feel completely and helplessly alone in their troubles. Source. You can get the link in the video description below. I listened to a podcast once about this. I think it was a Hidden Brain one. And it implied that it's all about men becoming more isolated as they age. That men and boys aren't ever taught how to socialize without women. In relationships, women frequently set the social schedules, and if men become single, say from divorce or being a widow or whatever, they struggle to find ways of connecting with people. And that men aren't taught how to have deep platonic relationships with other people. And that it's doubly hard because society views lone males as threats or weirdos. I remember they traced these issues down to how we socialize young boys. Girls are taught to develop friendships by talking about feelings and sharing, but there doesn't seem to be a male equivalent. And after high school and or college, many men make zero new friends on their own. They also interviewed some teenagers and talked to them about their friendships. It was a really interesting read. I personally have this theory that the way we are living today, nuclear family, working long hours with long commutes, frequently unable to cook our own food, only exercise inside a gym, putting elderly family members and children in care facilities, is slowly killing us. We try to compartmentalism everything. Not that I think it's bad to use gyms, skilled nursing facilities, daycare, or restaurants. I just think we need to form more intentional communities to help bolster what makes us human, and remember that it's okay to ask for help, it's okay to be vulnerable. Dude, I think I'm having a bit of a depression episode at the moment. I would love to talk to my wife about it, but I believe she too is having an episode. Helping each other is hard. I've been trying mediation, being grateful, affirmations, and I'm not giving up. Going on year 4 of making sure my wife has all she needs to get well after an attempted sexual assault. Access to doctors, therapy, anti-anxiety meds, a clean house, home-cooked meals, and support. I'm happy to do it, and I know she needs the help, but all I want is for someone to tell me it's going to be okay from time to time. It's hard, man. Stay tough, but talk to someone if you need to. You may be surprised how many other guys would understand. Men can have eating disorders and body positivity issues too. I've struggled for years, and yet the few people that I do open up to about it just write it off as a phase, or just forgetting to eat once in a while. But when girls come forward with the same issue, it's immediately addressed as a serious matter. And when the issue is talked about on a larger scale, men are rarely, if ever, included. Idiot. Wow, I did but expect so many people to relate. I'm reading through comments now, and I really appreciate the support and empathy being offered to myself and the other insecure Redditors below. I should clarify. I'm not saying that it's any easier for girls to come forward with an eating disorder. It's fucking hell, and your brain never lets you stop at hating yourself. But I've seen so many of my girlfriends get the help they need after coming forward. And the one time that I came forward, the general response was along the lines of, "Oh, you must just be working too hard, and sometimes I forget to eat too." Like the possibility that I could have an eating disorder doesn't even register. I don't have an eating disorder, but I'm a skinny guy. It really does lower my self-esteem and how I feel around others. Oftentimes I'm even scared to hug a girl because I think she would notice my fucking skeleton body and get freaked out. I also have no idea what to do in the gym, and no matter how hard I try to eat more, I just can't. It really does suck. We feel a great social pressure to be strong, less emotional, carry others, make money. A lot of times we don't know how to, and we're scared. But we know we're not supposed to be, and we know we're not supposed to ask for help. So we get stressed and angry. Edit. This is not an anti-women comment. Men do it to men. Women do it to men. Institutions do it to men. If you're blaming women for feeling pressure, you're part of the problem. This is hurting me more than anyone around me understands. I have tried explaining to some, they either brush it off, tell me to grow up, or say that I'll find a way through. I'm already so broken I don't know if I actually can. If you like this video, don't forget to put a like and subscribe to the channel. Leave comments with your stories below. Watch our other videos, and thanks for watching.